Welcome to the Bandano Podcast, where we're calling a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. Back-to-back games. One against the Chicago Sky, another against the Washington Mystics, and the Indiana Fever have officially clinched a playoff spot. Back-to-back blowouts, beating up the trash Chicago Sky, beating up the Washington Mystics. After they traded Brittany Sykes, the Mystics have just been on a downward spiral. The Indiana Fever walk into Baltimore, because the Mystics don't play in Washington this year, walk into Baltimore and beat the Mystics from pillar to post. The Indiana Fever have clinched a playoff berth. Will they be the 7th seed? Will they be the 8th seed? Let's take a look at the current standings. We have the Lynx first, followed by the Dream, Aces, Mercury, Liberty. Currently, the Golden State Valkyries are the 6th seed. Indiana Fever, 7th, and Seattle Storm are the 8th seed. If the Indiana Fever win against the Lynx and the Golden State Valkyrie proceed to lose their next few games, the Indiana Fever will be the 6th seed going head-to-head against the Las Vegas Aces as it currently stands. If the Indiana Fever were to stay put and go up against the Atlanta Dream, that's a lot of size over there with Brittany Griner, with Brianna Jones. They got Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. If you're Indiana, folks, let me know in the comment section below, who would you rather go up in our first round matchup? Would you want to see the Lynx? Would you rather see the Dream? Or would you rather see the Las Vegas Aces, who have currently been on an absolute tear? Asia Wilson leading the way. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But with Caitlin Clark only playing 13 games, the Indiana Fever make the playoffs. They beat up on the Washington Mystics today, 94-65, scoring 32 points in the fourth quarter. It wasn't even close, folks. This game was not even close. By the time the second half started, it felt like a wrap. By the time the second half started, it felt like a wrap. We look at the quarter-by-quarter breakdown. First quarter, we come out down in the first quarter, 20-19. Far too many stoppages in the first quarter. Second quarter, Indiana Fever fouled back, 26-18. Third quarter, the Washington Mystics only scored 9 measly points. And then a fourth quarter eruption that put this game far out of reach. It almost seemed as if the Mystics were told to take a dive. That's how bad the Mystics were tonight. It almost seemed as if Kathy Engelbert said, we need the Fever in the playoffs. Make it work. And Mr. Johnson said, all right, we'll take, gang, we got to take a dive tonight. We got to take a dive tonight. Indiana Fever, 94-65. Natasha Howard, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 0 turnovers. Aaliyah Boston, 12 points, 11 rebounds for Aaliyah Boston. Failed to get to the free throw line. 6 points for Odyssey Sims. Kelsey Mitchell, only 10 points for Kelsey Mitchell. Lexi Hull, 7 points for Lexi Hull, 2 assists. The whole entire starting lineup, except for Kelsey Mitchell, was over plus 20. Look at the bench. Damaris Dantas comes in with 9 points. Brianna Turner, 2 points. Michaela Timpson, 3 points. Shea Petty, big day off the bench. 3 for 3 from the three-point line. Shea Petty, way to go. Ariel Powers, 15 points in 26 minutes from Ariel Powers. And Bree Hall got some time as well. The game was so out of hand. Stephanie White emptied her bench, putting Bree Hall and Michaela Timpson in the game the final 5 minutes for some cleanup time. You look at the Mystics, Alicia Clark, 7 points. Shakira, 11 points, 7 rebounds for Shakira Austin. Kiki Iriafin, 11 points, only 5 rebounds. Sonia Citron, who was in the race for Rookie of the Year, 17 points for Sonia Citron. Absolutely no help from the bench. 4-3-0, 4-4. Nobody on the Washington Mystics bench decided to show up tonight. Indiana Fever clinching a playoff spot, and it looks right now that the Atlanta Dream are going to be our first round matchup. If everything stays as it is, who do you think is going to win between the Atlanta Dream and the Indiana Fever? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Stephanie White has been taking some heat over what she says right here Did they sit Caitlin Clark? How long ago was this decision made? Is Caitlin Clark healthy and the Indiana Fever said, I don't care if you're healthy, we're not playing you? A lot of shady business, a lot of gray area going around this whole entire Caitlin Clark out for the season. Indiana Fever not allowing her back. Indiana Fever benching her. Let me know all of your theories in the comment section below, because at this point, all theories seem plausible. Let's take a listen here.
Just having conversation with her and collaborating, and we knew that that West Coast road trip was going to be a big one to see where we could get and how far we could get. And I think at the end of the day, she's been working her butt off to be able to get back, and we've kind of run out of time to be able to do it in a safe way, in a safe manner. And I think we've all been very open and upfront with.
The issue with this, let's just stop it right there. The issue with this is that Stephanie White, the schedule has been the schedule for a long time. The schedule has been the schedule since the release of the schedules. You knew how many practice days you'd have left. You knew how much free time you'd have left. You knew how much recovery time you'd have left. You knew how many open days you'd have left. At a month ago, I was making videos saying, based on the schedule, Caitlin Clark's not going to have enough practices left to return. Based on how the schedule, you have a day off, you play, you have a day off, you play, you have a day off, you play, you have 2 days off, you play, 2 days off, practice, play. Holly Rose said it during a broadcast on an ESPN game that they want Caitlin Clark to participate in multiple practices prior to returning. And based on the schedule, multiple practices was not an actual option prior to her return. So all of this could have been avoided if 1 month ago you said, folks, we'd love to bring Caitlin Clark back. She's going to be out for the year. The time frame is the time frame. The schedule is the schedule. She's not going to be able to have enough practices prior to the start of playoffs to bring her back in a manner. So much nonsense going on with this Caitlin Clark injury. I can see why fans are upset at what's going on.
Her long-term health and wellness is the most important thing.
Long-term health and wellness, another thing that they've been saying time and time and time and time again. Long-term health and wellness, long-term health and wellness, long-term health and wellness. The first time we heard that, we should have went, whoa. Oh, she ain't coming back. She ain't coming. They're going to say long-term health and wellness and just keep her out for long-term health and wellness. Let's take a listen.
To be in a position that you need to be in to play at this time of the year, we just ran out of time to get her there.
Steph, what stood out to you about Caitlin and kind of the ray of emotion she probably felt as you came to this decision?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, number one, just all the injuries that she's had. Obviously, I wouldn't speak for her, but and the amount of work that she's put in to position herself to be able to play, and then to have to ultimately make this decision. There's disappointment. There's the obvious frustration that's come with not being healthy really for an entire season. But ultimately, I think the big picture is the most important thing, and those are conversations that we've continued to have. And the message has continued to be that it's not her long-term health and wellness and her being 100% when she's ready to go is the most important thing. For a player who's not been injured really before, you have to learn how to handle that. And it's not easy. It's not easy. There's so many pieces of being injured that come into play, and I think my hope is that when you look down the road and when we see after she's ready, 100% ready, that this is like a little blurb, right, for her, but that we've learned how to handle some different kinds of adversity.
Let me know what you guys think about what Stephanie White has to say. I'm tired of her at this point. I don't want to hear any more word salad. There is nothing true in this entire video. So a grade 1 groin strain pushes you past 8 weeks of heal and play. Who the hell plays at 100% in any pro league? What happened to the day-to-day? BS White fed everyone the week after the All-Star game. Too many oddities in this whole clusterfuck. We knew she was out when the term long-term health started word vomiting out of coach's mouth months ago. The timing of a statement just before first game of NFL season, SMH. Not enough time to bring her back safely, huh? You're saying she's healthy otherwise? Indiana had 3 games left in the regular season and could still be playing in October. This doesn't make sense. As usual, White speaks and riddles and the media gives her a pass. You're still a punk. Get everyone fired. The real fans are pissed about this whole year. Let's start over. The more this White talks, the more I hate her. Whatever she's saying is BS. I'm tired of hearing Stephanie White as well. I am tired of hearing Stephanie White as well. There's so much shadiness, so much gray area going back. At this point, all speculation is reasonable. All speculation is reasonable. All theories are reasonable theories. You can back up any theory with how bad this organization has handled this whole thing. And that's the main issue. They left the door open for so much interpretation. They are taking fire from every single direction. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate all of the support. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time. And as always, take it easy.